Well, listen closely, boys and girls. This is very important. Make sure you listen to the end. Sergei Lavrov, the Russian foreign minister, announced yesterday that the possibility of using observers from the CSTO for the settlement of the Artsakh conflict is being discussed. This comes weeks after Armenia was bombed and shelled by Azerbaijan, where hundreds of our heroic Armenian soldiers as well as civilians died. Lavrov and Russia now all of a sudden are beginning to show interest in Armenian affairs. I'd like to know what happened when Azerbaijan began shelling Yermouk and Russia stated they will be staying out of the conflict. It's said that Russia also denied entry of any international peacekeepers to the region. So I ask you, Lavrov, to make up your mind. Russia wants to punish Nikol Pashinyan for being pro-West, but this isn't the way to do it. An entire generation of Armenians were killed in the 2020 war because senior citizens with fragile egos who are sitting back in their mansions decide to play war games. The Armenian soldier and the Armenian people will not play victim to these elite seniles in the war games they're so eager to play. Russia tried to punish Nikol, but instead punished thousands of Armenian families as well as the entire Armenian population. This self-loathing fake half-Armenian Lavrov continues playing games with Armenia, and I say again, our soldiers are not at your disposal. Governments will come and go, but the Armenians, the true Armenians, will be here on this earth forever. Armenia needs to completely militarize, 100%, to send the sewer rats Aliyev and Erdogan back into the dirt they came from. The Armenian military has attempted to retrieve the fallen servicemen's bodies from the Vedin Shorza for the past few days, but the Azeri military continues to shoot and shell the area as soon as each attempt is made. Armenia has more experience with the Azeri strategy after the 2020 war. They know now to be more spread out, so drones will be less effective. Aliyev knows if he continued the 2020 war, he would have thousands more casualties than he already had. Shushi never fell. Shushi was handed over. Our soldiers were ready to keep fighting till the end, but were told to stop for reasons that seem to be treacherous. The Artsakh issue has not been solved, and no peace treaty will ever solve it. Nikol and his administration want to make peace with these terrorists. In 2 days, the foreign ministers of Armenia and Azerbaijan will begin discussions on the text of a peace treaty. I say again, there can never be peace with Azerbaijan and Turkey. You can't make peace with a terrorist nation that has been planning your annihilation for 100 years. No peace treaty will make us forget about the Baku massacre of Armenians, the 1915 Armenian genocide, the Sumgait massacres, the 2020 war, the gravestones at Yerablud, the children who will grow up without fathers, the countless number of Armenian cemeteries and churches that Turkey and Azerbaijan have erased. The Armenian military is the past, present, and future, and we are nothing without it. Well, pay attention, boys and girls. This is very important. Make sure you listen to the end. According to the Economic Times, India is to export over $250 million worth of weapons to Armenia. These weapons will include rockets, ammunition, and artillery. The weapons are manufactured by private sector companies in India and are currently being used by the Indian Army on the borders with China and Pakistan. India and Armenia have great relations, and many Indian students come to Armenia to attend universities and end up staying after their education is complete. This includes many medical students as well. It would also be in India's own interest to help Armenia protect itself from its genocidal neighbors, as Turkey and Azerbaijan are close allies with Pakistan. They refer to themselves as three lovers, I mean to say three brothers. For the first time, Armenia's military budget will exceed $1 billion. Armenia plans to increase its defense budget by 47% in 2023 to roughly $1.4 billion. Not enough in my opinion. This will increase the available pool for new weapons, infrastructure, military healthcare, and training. Armenia needs to seriously consider working closer with India as well as acquiring tactical nuclear weapons from them. A nuclear weapon in Armenia's military and our genocidal neighbors Turkey and Azerbaijan may think twice before they attempt their next invasions. Aliyev and Erdogan only understand force and action. Aliyev will think twice before attacking Yerevan if we have nuclear weapons in our arsenal, because he would know the entirety of Baku and Azerbaijan will be completely flattened. In 2022, wars should be avoided, but it's been proven that peace treaties and ceasefires are not respected by Azerbaijan. Aliyev has made his intentions very clear both by actions as well as stating them publicly: the complete annihilation of Armenia. We can't keep losing our young soldiers to this barbaric dictatorship who teaches the children of Azerbaijan when they approach Armenians, the best way to murder them is with an axe. This is taught in Azeri school books for children. Nikol Pashinyan stated today that hundreds of millions of dollars were spent on weapons and ammunition from our allies, but supply commitments were never met. Essentially saying that Russia scammed Armenia and never sent Armenia the weapons they had already paid for. Pashinyan suggests that Azerbaijan's efforts to stop Russia from arming Armenia is the reason why Russia did not send the weapons. If this is true, the Russians have to explain why they left Armenia completely weaponless and alone while knowing that Azerbaijan and Turkey were on our heels waiting to attack. This is either Pashinyan trying to push an anti-Russia narrative or Russia scammed us, again. Whether or not if Pashinyan's statements are true, he shouldn't have waited so long to realize the weapons from Russia were not arriving. Pashinyan also has a history of misleading the public, so until his statements aren't verified, we can't say for certain if Russia has completely scammed us or not. Let's just remember Russia has a lot more to gain through Azerbaijan and Turkey than it does through Armenia. This myth of Russia being Armenia's friend, ally, and protector is nothing but a fairy tale. With this new military budget increase, it leads me to think, why have we waited so long to raise the military budget to over $1 billion when we have two genocidal terrorist neighbors knocking on our doors? This isn't meant to only criticize the current administration, but the past leaders as well. Do we also trust that this current administration will use the money wisely? No more rockets that don't fire, please. This is a step in the right direction. However, I believe that a lot more needs to be spent on our military. Our strong military and our soldiers are the only chance of survival for Armenia, and we can't rely on any peace treaty, and especially any CSTO agreement, to protect our borders. The CSTO has failed us over and over again and are in bed with our genocidal neighbors. Lukashenko has also made anti-Armenian remarks, and this tubby-wubby replica Putin needs to stay out of Armenian affairs and worry about his own country. I wonder what Lukashenko would be doing if his neighbors Russia and Poland were genocidal terrorist maniacs who have been trying to wipe Belarus off the map for the past 100 years. He would probably be looking for alternatives to weapon suppliers as well. India has nuclear weapons. India and Armenia have mutual interests as well as very close diplomatic ties. It's time to wake up and nuke up, and stick that nuke up Aliyeva's backside as well as his entire criminal clan.